The Chris Moon Show is a comedy and entertainment program. Everything said on this show is meant as a joke and should not be taken seriously. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts or guests are for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect the official stance of any organization, employer, or affiliate. This show may include adult humor, satire, or topics that some listeners could find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. By listening, you agree that The Chris Moon Show, its hosts and affiliates, are not responsible for any actions or interpretations based on the content of this program. If you're easily offended, maybe this isn't your show.
Welcome to the madness! It's the Chris Moon Show! Oh!
'Tis the season! We finally made it past Black Friday, or did we? They could extend it. It could be Cyber Monday to next Wednesday. Who knows? You know, 'tis the season for COVID. 'Tis the season for going in debt. I see the numbers that came out for Black Friday. The real Black Friday was something like $1 billion spent. Who the hell's got money like that to be spending? I know no one that has money like that. Maybe two people. I know two people. Take that back. You know, two people that have that kind of money that probably did actual Black Friday shopping. But other than that, the rest of us, no. I got a couple things. Did not buy nothing on Black Friday. Did not partake. I don't believe in it. It's just stupid. It's been a touch and go. You know, the COVID's been lingering around. The presence is felt. Still a little tired. Ate too much on Thanksgiving. Put on too much weight. You know, I can feel it in my back. Ate some apple pie, some cherry pie, made some turkey. I had to make dinner all by myself because, well, fuck all y'all. Nobody else wanted to help me. But good food safety practices were had. No dick fingers was there, no pussy fingers. Everything was made with love and care and washed hands. I can say probably not a lot of you, but I could tell from my walk me and Jim took, a lot of you motherfuckers had deviled eggs. This fucking town smelled like ass. Like, we need to do something about that. If you people, I know you watch, the Moondogs out there, the fans of the show, can we call in and let them know that it smelled like deviled eggs and hell? It was horrible, you know? All right, guys. So, we got a lot of sensitive topics. We're not going to hurt nobody's feelings this week, hopefully. I'm going to do my best to nail it down, bring it home, and give you the dirt where the dirt needs to be got. Stay tuned. This week, let's get down to brass tacks and let's cover some hot topics. That is poaching at the river. I know you never thought I would see that, did you? But I did. You don't take pawpaws, put them in a pile, stick them on branches, and think nature did that. I seen your asses. So why are you down there trying to steal a deer off the river? Like, I know who you are. Like, you're all watching. I know who you are. Why are you doing that? And then I got to digging around. The penalties for doing it really isn't that bad. Like, yeah, it's almost just a little bit worse than a speeding ticket. I mean, I can see why and why I can't. No, don't do it. It's dumb. Like, take your card, take whatever you use to do it. The deer. You're getting Clarksville deer. Who the hell was Clarksville deer? Like, you see what they're eating. Like, it's shit. There's nothing down there but shit. There's Shit Creek that runs through there. The fucking name of the creek is called Shit Creek. You can call it Mills if you want, but nobody's gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. It's Shit Creek, and that's where they drink from. And you're gonna eat that amoeba-infested shit? Some of them have been growing horns. One of them I seen drop dead, and damn turkey vultures were eating it. And you guys are like, it's got 13 points. I'm gonna eat that son bitch. What the fuck, man? I know you all make a lot of questionable decisions in your lives and what you put in your body. I see you guys. You know, you think your boy Chris Moon's in bad shape. Some of you motherfuckers need to hit the gym and maybe say some prayers or something too while you're at it. There's a lot of problems going on there. A lot of it almost looks like inbreeding going on. Y'all, you're just sliding past it. Y'all getting too close. Maybe some cousin loving going on there. But leave the fucking wildlife down at the river the fuck alone. You don't eat fish out of the river. You don't eat shit that comes out near that area. Nothing. Touch nothing down there. Just put your hands in your pocket, walk the trail, maybe see a homeless person doing a dance or doing some craziness. That is entertainment amongst itself, and that will pay for everything you need to be doing down the river. The only thing that nothing good ever happens down the river. Nothing. Some people been caught down by the river. We all know who they were, allegedly. See what I'm saying? If you're down at the river, you're either going to be messing with deers or queers, and you don't want to mess with either one. Just keep going. Stop doing it. Alright, big week last week. Stranger Things came back for the first time in like 42 years. It's weird. Let's just go ahead. They're old looking, man. Like now you're like, what? The black guy's got like a 30 o'clock shadow, and like they did some weird thing with his hair, like to stop the gray hairs from showing. It's just weird. And it just seems like you're rushing to end the story, And I get that, the COVID screwed things up, things outside of control. But at a point, you could have did like a time loop and went way ahead and been like, there was this tragic event that happened during this time as well. And why is it in Indiana? Again, I get it. If you see the first topic, we're ass backward, toxic ass fucking area. So I kind of can get it. We didn't, cousin loving, rubbing going on, all this weird stuff. But we brought that to Indiana, and it was just kind of weird, But the other thing is, Indiana hasn't, embraced it. They're not, trying to make a little, Hallmark town where people can go visit. Y'all missing out on money. I have Hallmark towns in Colorado where people can go visit, the Christmas spirit. Why don't you make a fucking place up there where you can visit? I mean, Gary, Indiana's already close to looking like what that looks like. I mean, there's towns like Austin and shit already has the upside down people there. We got the places. Somebody just raise your hand and volunteer and get that free money. There's free money to be had there. You're all just leaving it on the thing. Think how much meth you could get. And then you could just be like, that isn't meth. That is upside down candy. That's what that is. You can sell this shit to people, man. You can spin it. Come on, Indiana, get on the ball. Let's make some money with this. They want to use our shitty ass state. Let's let them use it and get some money for ourselves. Other than that, the show was kind of predictable. It was kind of weird. They touched on the whole, homosexuality, they're outlanders because of how they feel. And it was so taboo in the 80s. It wasn't taboo in the 80s. I was fucking there. It wasn't as taboo as you all trying to, it was the 50s, It was it was very open, AIDS was running rampant, all kinds of shit. Everybody knew that people were doing stuff with each other. It wasn't this big, mystery, you had to make this secret eye contact and then there was a code wink or something that had to be done. That way you both knew that you were participants. That's the way they put that out. The little girl told the gay guy how she knew she was gay. There was a look exchange and blah, blah, blah. It reminded me of the fucking airport. You got to tap your foot twice in the airport stall and let the guy next door to you know that you're good to go. There's a lot of weirdness going on that's outside of there's monsters. It's so fucking the monsters are supposed to be the main thing and I forgot there was monsters. Apparently, homosexuality is a monster in Stranger Things because that's the way they portrayed it. It was weird, It was it was around in the 80s, but only if there was toxic Avengers around, then the homosexuality ran rampant, And it wasn't okay, but it's okay, Dude, come the fuck on, I'll be glad to see the show in. I'll watch it, I'm not gonna buy none of the products. They sell the most worst Gatorade flavor in the history of Gatorade flavor, citrus cooler. And it's shit. It was shit when it was back in the day, and it's shit now. It's weird. I go and see the cereal and all that stuff. You couldn't give that shit away. Nobody really gave a fuck. I think everybody forgot about you. It's like a wrestler that's been gone too long and he comes back out and nobody cheers. Poor Brian Lawler. Nobody cheered for him and nobody's going to cheer for Stranger Things. Just be glad it's over with. Holy shit, this week has been busy in sports. You had UK get rid of their coach. Fucking funniest thing about this is he's the winningest UK coach and he's horrible. You're the worst coach, but the best coach at the same time. It fucking has to be great to be a coach at Kentucky. You can be the shittiest of the shitters and get 6 wins, and you're the greatest coach ever at Kentucky out of the 50,000 years it existed. Holy shit. Then they get blanked 40-0 by an AC team and a rival. Like, the SEC is put on this pedestal like this hot piece of ass that nobody can get. And now it is looking like the chicks we know in their 40s that their glory days are long fucking gone and they don't know it. They have no clue they got roast beef curtains down there and their shit ain't worth the fuck. Their body count's too high. Their tattoos are horrible. They got old skin. That's what the SEC is now. A bunch of old skin motherfuckers that ain't worth the fuck that still think they're hot. You guys ain't as good as you think you are. You might want to reconsider your schedule. And they already have. I've looked. Alabama dumbed their schedule down next year. Some of them have realized they are now not the hot chick anymore. They are mid-level chick. And they have made adjustments accordingly. Then you got fucking, again, here we go, IU football. Holy shit. If I was thinking about this, nobody in my generation wanted to be an IU or Kentucky or U of L football player. Nobody. We were all basketball people. We would have fucking tons and tons of people trying out for the team. I don't even remember. I only like the fat kids was on football teams. It's like by default, you wear husky pants, get your ass on the football field. It wasn't like something that you wanted to do. It was something your dad or somebody made you do because you were chubby. And then we're going to take it from being chubby to muscles. And some of the motherfuckers, they ended up, by the time we got to high school, there was some motherfuckers that would fuck you up. We did have some man-sized fucking kids on our football team that you didn't want to fucking run into, But at the same time, we had some fat motherfuckers that were just fat. They were tough fat. There's no such thing as tough fat. You're just fat, you get punched, you cried, and you moved on. The only reason you were on the team was, 1, you filled the hole pretty good, or 2, you could remember 2 plays in a row. We had a lot of people who couldn't remember 2 plays in a row. It was fucking astronomical. But anyway, IU is a perennial powerhouse in football, and they play Ohio State. Ohio State's coach, man, that guy weirds me out. Like, he is, wakes up and starts dyeing his shit. Like, he's got, a Sharpie coloring that shit in. Like, his shit isn't natural. It's like, let it go great, man. This is fucking spooky. Like, he's having, before he goes out there, he's trimming shit. Make sure, everything's even, and an even coat of shoe polish, what it looks like. It looks cheap. You look like a cheap whore, man. And the IU coach, which is fucking par for the course for an IU coach, is he's a dick. He's a fucking dick, but he wins. How soon before we find out he's whipping motherfuckers with the belt? How soon before we find out he's doing some fucked up shit? It's gonna come out because that's how you become a winner. You trauma bond, and that's how we get champions. Trauma bond. Let's go to the Patriots. They had a murderer on their team, a couple. They trauma bonded. Everybody fucking hated Bill Belichick. Trauma bond. I'm gonna tell you what. What brings a good team together is fucked up shit. That's why they fucking were okay with hazing. That's why they're okay with this shit. Trauma brings bitches together. You share in that bond. You share and have that coworker that you're close with at work because you both live the same shitty life. And you bond over that. Like, nothing brings 2 motherfuckers together than shit. Like, you're just into shit You know, you hear about it in war, you hear about it everywhere. The trauma bonds are real. So that's why I feel like the Hoosiers are fucking really, really going to win this one. And they may have a good go at winning a championship because the trauma bond is there. This guy is smacking bitches, doing shit behind stuff, which is crazy in this day and age with everything being on film. There's cameras everywhere. He's figured out a way to manipulate these people somehow and feed them peeps or something. And they're doing some weird shit to them. And where they buy into this. Man, you can try to convince a motherfucker for so long and get a cult mentality, but it's really hard. But you get a cult mentality because you do something fucked up together. Charles Manson, they did fucked up shit together. All these cults did fucked up shit together. You know, the leader fucked everybody or something, you know. There was a trauma bond there that held this together and made these champions. You know, all you can look, Michael Jordan bullied everybody and punched people. They all fucking hated Michael Jordan. They bonded against fucking Michael Jordan. They wasn't bonded with Michael Jordan. They were against that motherfucker. Scotty wanted to see that motherfucker miss that shot. He didn't want to fucking win. He hated that motherfucker. And you hear it in all of them. And then you hear about, you know, the trauma bond of owing Michael money. Motherfucker take your car. Motherfucker take your wallet. Whatever. Take your bitch, you know. They didn't win because of Michael Jordan. They won in spite of Michael Jordan because they hated him so fucking much. That's the problem. Nobody hates LeBron James enough. Everybody out here in the media hates him and shit because he's a sissy. He ain't Michael Jordan, and everybody kind of likes him, you know. The motherfuckers didn't like Michael Jordan. We call him the GOAT because that motherfucker was ruthless. We knew if fucking Dennis got out of line, he'd get on a jet and go get that motherfucker, slap that bitch around, put him on a plane, and get him back there. You think LeBron James gonna slap a motherfucker around? From what I understand, he wears Diddy party. He puts on a maze dress. He does questionable shit. How many questionable stories do you hear about Michael Jordan with lipstick and somebody else's alleged penis? I'll wait for it. Michael Jordan did get his father killed. For all you LeBron fans out there, you all think, well, at least he knew his dad. LeBron didn't know his dad. LeBron may have already got his dad killed and put the money aside. You don't know it because people disappear all the time. LeBron could have had his dad off if he knew who he was, allegedly, you know. But Michael Jordan, he made a bet. It went sideways, and somebody had to pay that price. His dad loved him. He knew the price of being Michael Jordan's dad. He wrote that shit out too, and it cost him in the long run. But again, IU, I think they'll be champions. Again, it's going to be the trauma. All right, so a hot button topic this week is tattoos. Some of you have it, some don't. Your boy, all original, OEM specs, just missing a gallbladder, no tattoos. I didn't have $69. I didn't know anybody that had a kitchen table I could go get ink on. None of that shit. And I'm torn. Some people, their tattoos look cool on them. They have some cool designs. A lot of it is basic bitch shit. You know, some motherfuckers get Louisville Slugger to put on their shin. Like, that's stupid. Grenades on your fucking hands, that's gay. You know, stuff that spells out shit on your fingers, stupid. Stupid. Unless you're, like in prison and you need to send a message where you can't talk and you just be like, look at these, motherfucker. That shit is dumb. Like the whole idea, you get face tattoos, you better be ready to bite a motherfucker's ear off. Because that's the only fucking way I'm going to be like, you're okay with it. Mike Tyson can come up to me and be like, dude, that's fucking the most amazing fucking tattoo I've ever fucking seen. Because you want to know why? Mike Tyson would beat the living breaks off my ass. So therefore, it's fucking amazing. If you're not on his caliber of fucking toughness, don't you put a motherfucking thing on. And don't be a simp toward motherfuckers that do. Don't be a motherfucker that be like, Post Malone does it, so I'm going to do it too. Post Malone looks like a jack-o'-lantern with too many goddamn holes in his face. That motherfucker don't look right. He looks like fucking Woody with tattoos from fucking Toy Story. What the fuck, man? And you motherfuckers think this motherfucker's cool? Get the fuck out of here. That just says, I got issues. And as a motherfucker with issues, I'm telling you, he's got more than I do. And I got a mess of them. I've sat on that goddamn couch. When we start this show off, that is to fucking reflect how fucked up I am. I have spent a lot of time on the couch. And sometimes I just like to say shit just like I do today, just to see the response of the lady that was listening to me. It was funny. No, sometimes I didn't take it serious. Sometimes I just wanted to see the sheer horror on her face when I told her a fucked up family trauma event that happened. And she's just like, I don't know what the fuck to say. And that was the best feeling to me, because it was just like, your therapy and your license don't mean shit. Yeah, I just stumped your ass, you know? And that was fun for me. That's what your tattoo, like some of y'all like, it's ink therapy. What? Or you just fucking want to just drive down the goddamn road, roll your window down, throw your money out, man. Just let it fucking fly, because that's all you're doing. You're supplying the guy who fucking probably has a heroin or meth addict that's got a bunch of fucking shit on him. You're just supplying his habit. And you're going to let, there's the risk are way higher than you fucking even imagine. The infections, the fucking meningitis, the hepatitis, the anytitis that you could get from this shit. And some of these motherfuckers, I know them. Like, personally, I've seen them. I know who they are. And I wouldn't let them make me a goddamn sandwich. And you're going to be fucking letting them with fucking blood and shit and wiping it off. And you think this motherfucker's cool as shit because he could draw fucking something on your skin. Get the fuck out of here. Only thing I laugh when I see a woman with a tattoo or a dude with one on his back. I think they had $69 at one time. That's the only thing. I don't ever think it's cool. Brock Lesnar's got a tramp stamp. He did it because he's looking for a fight. I probably would fall for it and get the shit kicked out of me, because I would have to say something about it. I can't hold it in, And this whole thing of you getting tattoos thinking you're like original, everybody's got them now. It's the most overdone thing besides shit. I don't know. At this point, it's so oversaturated. Every motherfucker's got one now. Everyone thinks they're the most original. I got this and this and this means this, and got my kid's name on it. You forget who your kids are? I don't understand the whole, like, I'm going to put their names on my side the day they're born. Is that for, like, when you do forget, when you're doing shady shit, you're like, okay, I can put I know his information. I can write it down on there, make some generational debt with his social security number and his birthday, And y'all laugh and think that's not a joke, but that happened to me. I took first year of my adult life to dig out of a generational hole, because back in the day, you used to blow anybody's social security number down and their birthday, and they never thought, somebody born in 77 and 87, that's a 10-year-old kid. Why does he need cable? He don't need cable. But apparently I had a Cablevision subscription at one time and some water, I was ahead of my time. And again, that's where my generation's way ahead of yours. We had debt, and when we was 10 years old, we were making our own sandwiches. You bitches going around saying 6'7". I don't know what the fuck that shit means, but it's stupid. About as stupid as, why don't you just go ahead and get that tattooed on you? 6'7", get that shit put on your dumb ass, It's wonder what lips. But anyway, we're back to the tattoos. What part of, like, did you think that you was the most original person? Bikers used to get it to let the other bikers know who they were. Prison people got them to let them know if they were in this gang, that gang, or they're in for a little ass play or whatever they were into, Or a tattoo on a tear, that says how many killings or rapings you did in prison. There was a guy that stayed in prison for a long time because he liked to rape, and it was the easiest place to rape. He rapes something like 57 men in prison, because he liked it there so much. Are you want to be like in that group? I don't get the whole fascination. It does, like, what's it all mean? Like, tell me, if I have to look at your tattoo and you gotta explain it to me, it's like me explaining a bad joke to you. If I gotta tell you what it means, it don't mean shit. If I gotta look at it and go, what the fuck is that? And you're like, oh, this is when my Nana crossed over the Rainbow Bridge and she took my dog with her, and she drove a semi at one time when she was 42 and ate a whole 82-ounce steak somewhere down to Texas. And I'm like, why the fuck do you need to commemorate that on your fucking arm? Why does that need to be known? Like it's a better story than it is art. You know, leave art for real people in AI. Quit fucking just scribbling on yourself and think you're the most original motherfucker that ever was. Because now if you look around, you a dime a motherfucking dozen. You're everywhere. That tattoo, you probably got 6 other people in front of you probably have the same motherfucker. You ain't as original as you think. It ain't as cool as you think. And it just says you had $100 and some free time at one point. Let's spend our money more wisely. Let's spend our time a little bit better and read some books. Have fun.
Just tell Rhea Ripley you're not talking to her.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's take it back. There are some people that fucking tattoos fucking, like, they really do look good on them. You're like, fuck. You know, it does, like, maybe they was super plain and it fucking does spice them up. Some, like Rhea Ripley, there are some motherfuckers out there that got some fucking tattoos and you're like, man, that bitch is way more fuckable since she's got ink on them. And then there is a psychological thing that goes along with women with ink. Let you know that women who with tattoos are thought to be more easy and loose and make risky decisions. And it's like more promiscuous. That's a tough word for your boy Chris Moon to say, but I got it as good as I can go and get it. But that's the advertisement you throw out there. It says may, and I see this all the time. There's memes out there. If she could sit for a needle, she could sit for anal. You know, I mean, is that true? Let me know. All right, so this is the end of the show. I got big decisions, and I'm sitting here contemplating, and I'm rolling around my head. Been rolling around for a while. It's near and dear, and I'm also conflicted at the same time, you know, because my boy Doe was our running mate and playing this game. Destiny, we played it from the beginning, and it started off as the have and have nots. You know, you had the shit or you didn't have the shit, and it was dick wagging if you did it. I started playing it with Jim played it first, and then I picked it up. You know, I think he actually bought the copy of the damn thing for me at Toys R Us. It was like a secondhand copy, you know, and I was like, all right, you know, Jim twisted my arm, it looked cool, and then I play this game, I go to the Cosmodrome, I get this purple, and I'm like all excited, you know, I fucking like a puppy for the first time. I'm really jazzed up. I take a picture of it, I send it to Jim, like, you won't fucking believe this. Then I go and I take it and I cash it in, and it rolls up to the most exclusive fucking thing in the game that everybody's fucking chasing, and your boy Chris Moon gets it on a purple from the Cosmodrome, just shooting dregs for fucking the fun of it. And when didn't know what he was doing, and I got fucking Gallahorn. Fucking Gallahorn was the most dick wagging fucking gun ever put in any fucking video game ever. You had to fucking jump through hoops, and motherfuckers would almost fucking cry when they didn't get it. And I got it doing nothing. And don't get me wrong, I drug it across everybody's fucking face. I told that story more times than I've told about my kids being born. I'm telling you that right now. I told that story to any motherfucker listening, and I was fucking gloating inside. Like, I was just fucking like the most proud papa ever fucking had that fucking got a purple into a fucking yellow and turned into a fucking Gallahorn. It's fucking the most epic fucking thing. And I would remind fucking Doe and fucking young Steve and anybody else that fucking would listen that I was better than you. You want to know why I'm better than you? Because I got Gallahorn and you don't. And that was a fucking great feeling. Me and Jim would pour in hours on hours. I can't even tell you how many hours we have into this game. It is epically, it has to be like at least 5 years worth of fucking like time. Because me and Jim didn't sleep. We would stay up all night running fucking this dumb shit, telling dumb stories and fucking winding down from listening to Doe eating our ear, you know. You had to wind down from fucking Doe, because Doe was literally like this fucking Tasmanian devil of activities. You know, you never knew what was going to go on at Doe's house, and that's what made play with Doe fucking fun. And that's what part of me is like still like, I don't know if I want to go back, because that part of it was fucking, it ain't ever going to be the same. You would be like, right in your fucking ear. Wrestling would be going on. His family life would be going on. His wife would be sitting like 2 feet from him playing her game. And then he'd be like, Mama! Mama! And the dog is doing some crazy shit, and they've like got it chained in the basement, and I don't know if it's devouring other dogs, you know. Then he's telling me how you could go buy a cigarette, not a pack of cigarette, a cigarette, and send his kid to go get it. Be like, bring me back some Hawaiian punch, 2 cigarettes, and something else. And I'm like, you can't legally. He's like, you can do whatever you want over here, Chris, man. It's the West End. We do what we want. And it was a wild fucking, like, the game was a Wild West, playing with dough was a Wild West. There's never going to be that combination again, so I'm kind of conflicted. They went and put Star Wars in fucking Destiny, if you don't know. And, like, from all the shit that you, like, had to suffer, like, at one time, it was the most toxic relationship I've ever had in my life. You literally would have to play this Nightfall, and then you would have to complete it without nobody dying. We won't tell you what your boy Chris Moon is good at. Fucking dying. I would play deep safety and then somebody get killed, and I would panic and either jump off the board or go fucking try to arrest somebody that was in the hottest spot that you could possibly get at the worst fucking time. My timing and shit on that was horrible. I sucked at it. I am not great under high pressure situations. We have all learned this. I am going to get us, if you're counting on, and that's what last week, if you watched last week, what cracks me up is people at my house think I'm great in high tense situations. My friends that played this video game me know goddamn good and well I am not good when you chips are all down. I'm gonna fucking wipe and get us all killed. I literally jumped in and out of like 4 parties in a row. They were about to beat the boss and wiped them all, sent them all back to orbit. And their whole night was shot because it was like 45 minutes to an hour worth of your time to just like strategically map your way through without dying, and like you had to do X, Y, and Z in an X amount of order, and it was just a slugfest, a fuckfest that was the game. You know, it was half broken sometimes. You would spend 15 minutes trying to glitch your way into a wall or something, or jump up somewhere, and then your boy Chris Moon fucking figured out how to do it, and he was good at glitching shit, you know, tagging people on, and then they would change the whole game, and then I'd be ass again. Then we would do, the most craziest thing they ever had was the, what was it? The pit? What was it called?
Prison of Elders.
Prisons of Elders, yes. And I'm going to tell you what, it was 5 rounds of fucking hell. And literally, me, Doe, and Jim get to the last guy. And I don't even need to tell you the story because you all should be able to know where this is going. I'm the last one standing. Last one standing. So I go, and what do? I don't go arrest somebody. I don't shoot nobody. I jump in this little room that's the hottest spot on the fucking board and fucking get killed and kill 4 hours of slugfest that we just slugged through to get to this part. And it was fucking great. Like, it was miserable, but it was, again, trauma bonding. We bonded over our trauma of this fucking game. That was. And the other thing was also when they added exploding stuff to it. When they added exploding stuff to it, it didn't matter what the risk reward was. If that fucking guy got near you and it was going to send us back to orbit, I was shooting that motherfucker. I didn't care. It was the most funniest fucking thing to me in the whole fucking world. And Doe would forget it. And we were like being all serious, and the exploder shank got near Doe, and I shot and killed him. And you would have thought I fucking literally ran his child over at the anger that he had. And I can still hear, what the fuck, Chris Moon? What the fuck? I'm like, and me and Jim quietly said, it was exploder shank. What else did you expect was going to happen? Like, bitch, you know the score. You've been here long enough to know I'm going to bowl that bitch up. I'm not going to care that we're fucking going to go back and we're not going to get nothing, that we just wasted 6 hours of fucking time. It was for the fucking laugh. And that's my whole fucking point in this whole fucking world. 9 times out of 10, if I do something stupid, it wasn't for just anything, but just, it's fucking funny. It was fucking funny, you know? And now we get back, and again, I'm conflicted because I watched Jim play it and they have fucking lightsabers. God fucking damn it, they got lightsabers. They don't call them lightsabers, call them something else. But they got fucking all the shit from Star Wars. I am a fucking diehard fucking Star Wars nerd. And he's running around hitting and flicking shit, and I'm like, ooh. And I'm confident. I'm already doing math in my head because that's what I do. How much is that going to cost me? Do I have it? Is it worth it? Because I already told Jim, see, I only have X amount of gaming time. And Jim's into WoW, and he bought this computer. We got to play some WoW. We haven't got a game in yet. We did fucking get our houses yesterday. We made sure we have residency in the world of WoW now. We fucking really became those people. But we were the same fucking people we've always been. You all didn't know how deep our nerd went. It goes deep. Like, if some of you all know how bad we fucking do shit, nerd-wise, you would be like, rethinking, should I fuck that dude? What the fuck was I thinking? It's bad enough. The motherfucker is y'all don't have no. What would break the bank for you all? Let's be honest. Would it be Jim's fucking mental abilities that y'all never had a problem with, or Jim's nerdisms that he has? Because you all have no clue how nerdy we really are. You have no idea. But I would be conflicted at you that you were like, made horrible decisions and think you was going to make lifelong relationships and have babies and have this happy ending with Jim. That one always cracks me up. When you ladies checked in and thought, I'm going to fix him. I'm the one. He just never met the woman like me before and he's going to fix. And he'll let y'all in on a secret. You know what Jim's favorite thing is? Bad decisions. Because it's mine too. Bad decisions are fucking awesome. Like, if you ain't made a bad decision, like a really good one, like you're just like, as soon as it comes out of your mouth, you know it's fucking stupid and you're laughing inside like a little kid on Christmas morning, you might want to try that. And it's not getting a tattoo, I'm telling you. Although my boy Jim did get a silly ass tattoo, I just now remembered, on his fucking chest of a said woman's name that I should have brought up, and I should have brought it up. Now I'm going to bring it up. That was dumb, Jim. I'm just going to let you know. And he let a friend tattoo it at a kitchen table. It was like this fucking quadruple dumb fuckerism that ever could have been. Jim just fucking, but that's Jim. And that's what we do. We just do the dumb, and he got it. You know what the meaning it has to him? It's funny. And you all think it's like some deep, like he's this deep poet. Like Edgar Allan Poe, his whole soul's on fire and he's bleeding inside. You know what Jim's thinking about right now is, I got to play WoW later. Can I maximize my new hobby of Destiny? And don't forget Division 2 dropped as well. That game gives me fucking nightmares because we played it one time and you can put shit on a rope. And then when you do, and everybody on the game knows you just put shit on the rope. Again, high tense situations, I fucking suck at them. Video game or real life, I'm going to panic and probably get shot and die. And it's probably the best thing because I am a liability. I am going to bring the team down. I have seen what happens when everything is on my shoulders to get that shit up that rope. I ain't the guy. I'm going to be the guy that everybody remembers at the memorial that he was a good guy. That's who the guy is. I'm going to hand you my gun and then be like, go ahead, shoot. If you leave it on me, we're all fucked. I will be the guy at the memorial that everybody's like, he was a really good dude, man. He really did a lot for us, and he handed me his gun in his dying breath. Dude, if I would have, we'd both died. So I fucking just do what's best. And I've done that in that game. I'd be like, Jim, here I have all this shit. I'm going to go run at him, distract him. That's what I'm good for. I am good at taking bullets. I ain't going to be the guy that fucking is the hero. I'm going to be the guy that's remembered at a memorial with his name on the wall. That's who the fuck I am. I am not the guy that's going to fucking save you. So back to Destiny, I am still, like, I don't know. Like, I'm really conflicted. Jim, I think, what's the cost going to be to get back in at like 40, 50 bucks?
40.
40, see, 40, that don't sound like much, but that's a ton to me. Like, that's how cheap I am. Like, 40 bucks, I'm like, I'm figuring out how much other stuff I could buy, or usually it used to be food. How much McDonald's could I get with that 40 bucks when I used to really wait? Like, that's how I used to the adult. Like, what's the cost? How much food can I get with that $40? And that would make bad decisions upon that equation of interaction, of how I transactionally was motivated. Today, I don't know how I'm motivated. Like, I don't know. Jim's on PlayStation. I got Xbox. My kids got my Xbox. I'm going to have to download it. It's going to be a big ordeal. I have an Xbox One, but I don't feel like being that white trash of a person playing on the Xbox One. I got like 3 Xbox Ones, and nobody plays them because I don't want to be that white trash of a person that plays on the Xbox One. I know what you're thinking. Look at what you're wearing. You're wearing a monkey shirt. But don't fucking asshole, because I don't want to put on the Xbox One. And I ain't going to buy another Xbox because it's the only goddamn thing in my house that was went up in value. My house has gone down in value. My car's gone down in value. The only thing that ever went up in my house in value is the goddamn Xbox. I bought it for $4 and it's now $6. How the fuck is that? A fucking 5-year-old fucking thing thing. It's the only thing I got. Like, if I had to go to a pawn shop and be like, look at this. Ooh, it's fucking went up in value. It's the only thing I own that has. Everything else has depreciated. Everything. There's nothing in my house that's worth more than my Xbox. You know, if I took my TV, they'd be like $30. I took that Xbox in there, that motherfucking draw would drop. That motherfucker would be like, I give you $300 for it. And they still ripping me off. Don't take it to GameStop. They're going to give you $32.50 and some in-store credit. Maybe you get something, maybe you're not. All right, that's all I got, man. See you next week.
You've been riding the madness. That's the Chris Moon Show. Hey! You've been riding the madness. That's the Chris Moon Show. 2 for 2, tell me what you do. Talk's been wild, laughs been loud. The truth got messy and the moon stood proud. From deep thoughts to nonsense flow, that's how it goes on the Chris Moon Show. It's the Chris Moon Show. Yeah, yeah, you already know. Let's go. He'll be back again to steal the show. It's the Chris Moon Show. Good night. Stay loud, stay real. See you next time on the Chris Moon Show. Just go. Just go. Die trying media.